Most Australians work hard for their money. But what if I told you there's a completely legal way some workers pay less tax, grow their retirement savings faster, and potentially end up with tens of thousands of dollars more in the future? The crazy part? Many people have heard of it, but very few actually understand how it works. And because of that, they could be leaving money on the table every single payday. Hey mate, I'm Buck, and today we're breaking down salary sacrifice in Australia, what it is, how it works, who should use it, and whether it could help you build wealth faster. Let's get into it. Imagine two employees. Both earn exactly the same salary. Both work the same hours. Both receive the same pay rises. But after 20 years, one ends up with significantly more money saved for retirement. How? One simple decision. Because understanding this concept could potentially save you thousands of dollars over time. So, what exactly is salary sacrifice? In simple terms, salary sacrifice is an agreement between you and your employer. Instead of receiving all of your salary directly into your bank account, you choose to send part of your pre-tax income somewhere else, usually into your superannuation account. And that's where things get interesting, because the money goes into super before you pay your normal income tax. That means part of your income may be taxed differently than if you received it directly as take-home pay. And for many Australians, that can create a tax advantage. Now, let's make this simple. Imagine you earn $80,000 per year. Instead of taking all of that as salary, you decide to salary sacrifice $5,000 into your super. That $5,000 goes directly into your super fund before it reaches your bank account. Your take-home pay becomes slightly lower today, but your retirement savings grow faster. It's basically a trade-off. Less spending money now, potentially more money later. And that's why salary sacrifice has become so popular among long-term wealth builders. But here's where many people get confused. They think salary sacrifice magically creates free money. It doesn't. And this misunderstanding causes a lot of disappointment. Salary sacrifice doesn't increase your salary. It changes where some of your money goes. The benefit comes from tax efficiency and long-term investing. That's an important distinction. Now let's talk about why this matters. Because retirement is getting more expensive. People are living longer. Inflation continues pushing prices higher. And many Australians worry they won't have enough saved when they stop working. That's where superannuation becomes incredibly important. Every extra dollar invested today has years, sometimes decades, to compound. And compound growth can be powerful. Imagine planting a small tree. At first, it barely changes. Months go by, maybe even years. But eventually, it becomes something much larger. Your super works in a similar way. Small contributions today can create surprisingly large results over time. And that's exactly why salary sacrifice attracts attention from investors and financial planners. Now here's something most people never think about. What's harder? And this misunderstanding causes a lot of disappointment. Salary sacrifice doesn't increase your salary. It changes where some of your money goes. The benefit comes from tax efficiency and long-term investing. That's an important distinction. Now, let's talk about why this matters. Because retirement is getting more expensive. People are living longer. Inflation continues pushing prices higher. And many Australians worry they won't have enough saved when they stop working. That's where superannuation becomes incredibly important. Every extra dollar invested today has years, sometimes decades, to compound. And compound growth can be powerful. Imagine planting a small tree. At first, it barely changes. Months go by, maybe even years. but eventually it becomes something much larger. Your super works in a similar way. Small contributions today can create surprisingly large results over time. And that's exactly why salary sacrifice attracts attention from investors and financial planners. Now, here's something most people never think about. What's harder? Saving money from your bank account after you get paid? Or investing it automatically before you ever see it? For most people, the answer is obvious. Automatic systems win. Because humans are emotional. We see money, we spend money. That's normal. Salary sacrifice removes temptation. The money goes directly into super before it reaches your everyday spending account. And sometimes, that's the biggest advantage of all. Behaviour. Not tax, not investing, behaviour. Because building wealth is often less about knowledge and more about systems. Now, let's talk about who might benefit the most. Generally speaking, salary sacrifice tends to appeal to people who want to boost retirement savings, have long-term financial goals, can comfortably afford a slightly lower take-home income, and want a more disciplined investing approach. But here's something important. Salary sacrifice isn't perfect for everyone. If you're struggling with debt, building an emergency fund, or dealing with immediate financial challenges, locking away more money for retirement may not always be the first priority. That's why personal finance is personal. There isn't one strategy that fits everyone. Now, imagine you're 25 years old. You start salary sacrificing a small amount every week. Nothing dramatic. Maybe the cost of a few coffees, maybe a few takeaway meals. Not life-changing money today. But over decades, those small contributions can snowball into something much larger. That's where many people underestimate investing. They focus on the amount. Successful investors focus on the time frame. Time is often more important than the contribution itself, because time allows compound growth to do the heavy lifting. And that's something most people don't fully appreciate until much later in life. Now, here's another interesting point. Many people believe wealth is built through huge financial moves, big investments, massive risks, perfect timing. But when you look at how many financially successful people actually build wealth, it's usually much simpler. Consistent investing, long-term thinking, automated systems, and patience. Salary sacrifice fits perfectly into that philosophy. It's boring. It's predictable. It's not exciting, which is exactly why it works. Because wealth creation is often surprisingly boring. The exciting stuff usually grabs headlines. The boring stuff quietly builds net worth. Now let's address one concern. What if markets fall? What if your super balance drops? What if a recession happens? These fears are completely normal. Every investor experiences them. But remember something. Retirement investing is usually a long-term game. When you're investing over decades, market ups and downs become part of the journey. Historically, markets have experienced crashes, corrections, recessions, and recoveries. And long-term investors understand that volatility is often the price of growth. That doesn't make downturns fun, but it does put them into perspective. Now, here's the biggest mistake people make. Waiting. They tell themselves they'll start next year, after the next promotion, after the next pay rise, after the next financial milestone. And before they know it, years have passed. The reality is that starting early often matters more than starting big, because every year you delay is one less year for compounding to work. And compounding is one of the most powerful wealth-building forces ever discovered. So, should you use salary sacrifice? That depends on your goals, income, lifestyle, and financial situation. But understanding it is important, because whether you choose to use it or not, knowing how it works helps you make smarter financial decisions. And smarter financial decisions tend to lead to better financial outcomes. That's the real lesson here. Salary sacrifice isn't a magic trick. It isn't a shortcut to becoming rich. It's simply a tool that can help some Australians grow their retirement savings more efficiently. And like every financial tool, its power depends on how you use it. I'm Buck, and remember this: most people spend their lives looking for a secret to building wealth. But wealth is rarely built through secrets. It's built through small, consistent decisions, repeated for years. And sometimes, one of those decisions starts with a simple choice on your next paycheck.